Have you ever heard of verses in the Qur'an that are often misunderstood? Sometimes a single verse is taken out of context, leading to misconceptions about Islam. Imagine a timeless message meant to guide humanity. If misunderstood, its true wisdom is lost, and we are left with a fragmented view. Today we will explore the real meanings behind 5 of the most commonly misinterpreted verses in the Quran. Each verse holds profound wisdom, reflecting Islam's true values of peace, justice, and compassion. Let's travel back to the time of revelation, uncover the meanings within each verse, and see how they resonate even in our modern lives. This is not just a lesson in history, it's a journey to find the truth. So join us as we dive in the heart of the Quran. Verse number 1. And fight in the way of Allah those who fight you, but do not transgress. Indeed, Allah does not like transgressors. Imagine facing daily threats, living in fear for being attacked simply for your beliefs. This was the reality for early Muslims in Medina, who received this verse at a time when they had to defend their life and their community. At first glance, fight those who fight you might seem aggressive, but Allah immediately clarifies with do not transgress. According to scholars like Ibn Kathir, this verse revealed in a defensive context. Muslims were permitted to fight only if they attacked, and were strictly forbidden from harming innocent people, animals, or crops, even in self-defense. This teaches a powerful lesson. Islam calls for self-control, mercy, and justice, even in times of war. Think of it this way. Imagine being allowed to defend yourself, but being told use only the minimum necessary force. This verse guides Muslims to protect themselves without losing compassion or humanity. Islam's message here is one of resilience and balance, teaching us to resist injustice without becoming unjust ourselves. Verse number 2. There is no compulsion in religion. Have you ever wondered if true faith can be forced? This verse answers that question directly. There is no compulsion in religion is a profound statement about the freedom of belief in Islam. At a time when people were often forced to adopt the religion of their rulers, Islam boldly proclaimed that faith must be a matter of personal choice. Islam teaches that true belief cannot come from pressure or fear. It must be embraced freely and sincerely. Scholar Ibn Kathir explains that Islam is based on evidence and clarity, not compulsion. This verse emphasizes that everyone has the right to choose their own path, and no one should feel forced to believe in something they do not accept with an open heart. Consider how this applies today, in an age of information where people seek truth for themselves. This verse resonates even more. Islam respects personal choice and wants each individual's journey to be one of conviction, not coercion. This respect for freedom of beliefs is a testament to Islam's timeless wisdom and respect for human dignity. Verse number 3. O you who have believed, do not take the Jewish and the Christians as allies. This verse is often misunderstood as promoting separation between Muslims and non-Muslims, but its true context tells a different story. Imagine being part of a community under threat, where forming alliances with certain group could compromise your security. This verse was revealed to remind Muslims to be cautious in alliances with those who might wish harm upon them. At the time, some groups were openly hostile toward the Muslim community, and aligning with them could weaken the Muslims' ability to protect themselves. Scholar Ibn Kathir clarified that this verse is about political caution, not personal friendships. Islam encourages kindness and justice toward all people, regardless of their faith, but it also advises Muslims to protect their community. In today's term, this is like advising someone not to trust someone who has repeatedly shown animosity. Islam teaches balance, respecting others while wisely protecting oneself. This verse is a call for wisdom, not discrimination, reminding Muslims to safeguard their unity without harboring hate. Verse number 4, and strike them. This verse has been often misunderstood as permitting harm toward women, but that interpretation misses the spirit and the context of the verse entirely. So let's clarify it. This verse outlines a step-by-step approach to resolving marital conflict with a focus on dialogue and patience. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself, who never harmed his wives, once said, "The best of you who are the best of their families." The Arabic term for strike in this verse is interpreted by scholars as a symbolic gesture rather than physical violence. Islam emphasizes compassion and patience even in difficult times. Think of it as similar to a warning or an indication of seriousness, not harm. The verse advises talking, creating space, and as a last measure, a symbolic gesture to show the importance of harmony and respect in marriage. Islam aims for peace, promoting a family structure rooted in understanding, compassion, and love. Verse number 5. Indeed, the polytheists are impure. At first glance, this verse may seem to label non-Muslims as impure, but the term impure here refers to a spiritual belief rather than a physical cleanliness. In this verse, Allah speaks to the sanctity of Mecca, a place devoted solely to the worship of Allah. The term impure or najis in Arabic refers to practices that go against monotheism, such as idol worship. Scholar Ibn Kathir explains that this verse aims to maintain the spiritual sanctity of Mecca, emphasizing that it should be a place free from practices contrary to Islamic belief. It doesn't refer to individuals' physical or moral purity. Imagine a sacred space meant for a specific purpose. Just as certain rooms have specific functions, Mecca is to be reserved for monotheistic worship. This verse is not about judging people, but about maintaining the holiness of Mecca as a site dedicated to Allah alone. It reinforces respect for sacred spaces while promoting peaceful coexistence. Thank you for journeying with us to uncover the real meaning of these verses. Each one carry a message of wisdom, compassion, and respect, reminding us that Islam is a faith deeply rooted in peace and justice. When we explore the Quran with context, we see that it guides us not only for its time, but offers enduring insight for every generation. May this journey inspire you to seek knowledge, share messages of peace, and look beyond the surface for the true meaning of faith. Thank you for watching, and we hope this has brought you closer to understand the beauty of Islam, and may you remain under Allah's care.